Wow, what talent we have here in the middle school. Thank you very much, Community Dancers, for that great performance. For our final speaker tonight, we have Mr. Wood, the middle school principal. Now, I just want to say on behalf of everyone that you've been an amazing principal, Mr. Wood, the most awesome principal I think I've ever had. And take it easy on the new 6th graders. Please welcome Mr. Wood to the stage.
Thank you, James, and thank you, everyone. Well, you guys really are an awesome group of people. And what was really interesting and cool watching you watch one another get your certificates is I can see how connected you are to each other and how fond you are of each other. And that's really amazing and unique. So congratulations, and to parents and teachers also on this great milestone. It was quite inspiring also to hear you guys reflecting upon your experiences in the middle school, all of the memorable experiences and opportunities you've had, the friends you've made, your adventures, your accomplishments, your contributions to school life, the good times and how these have influenced you as young adults, yes, young men and women. These were really positive recollections, but I also know that middle school and life can be tough sometimes. If school wasn't challenging, we wouldn't be doing our jobs very well, and we wouldn't be living our school mission, that's for sure. So it was interesting to hear some of you talking about that word, grit, the persistence in the face of challenges, and the decision you make not to give up when things get tough. There's a Nike advertisement. It reads like this: "Nothing is ever over until you stop trying." It's true, and this is grit. It's an important trait to carry through to high school. And I think it's more important than intelligence or skill. You can have natural talent as an athlete or as a musician, for example, but without hard work and perseverance, you're never going to achieve your potential. There's just no substitute for hard work. Joey quoted Einstein, it was cool, about genius, about how anyone can be a genius. You might argue, well, it's easy for him to say, the man whose brain was removed from his head just hours after he died in 1955, because it was thought that if it was studied and its anatomy was studied, we could figure out what made him such a brilliant person and such a genius. But Einstein already gave an answer to that question. It's not that I'm so smart, he said. It's just that I stay with problems longer. This is a special and unique class of students. I can tell you that your teachers unanimously agree on this, as individuals and as a group. You're talented and hardworking, caring, loyal, and just a joy to teach. On most days, of course. We're really excited to actually see where your passions lead, where it takes you. I believe that each one of you has the potential to be a world changer. I'm not just saying it because it's what you say at a graduation or at a celebration like this. I really mean it. People your age or even younger can and do change the world for the better. And I'm going to give you an example. In 2006, I met a boy. His name was Ryan, and he came to visit my school. He was about 14 years old at the time, and Ryan came to tell his story. But when he was in first grade, he learned that there were people in the world that were dying because they didn't have access to clean water. He thought, this is wrong. This is not acceptable. After all, I can just step out of my classroom and go and find a clean water fountain to drink from. So he decided to do something about it. He went home, and he talked to his parents, and he decided that he was going to raise money to build a well. He thought it would cost about $70, so he asked his parents if he could do jobs around the house and earn some extra money, and they agreed. It took him 4 months to save the $70 that he thought it would take to build a well in a community that needed one. Then he learned that the real cost of a well was more like $2,000. But he persisted, he kept going, he spoke to anyone that would listen to him, anyone that would support his project, and eventually raised the money, and the project led to the building of a well in a small primary school in northern Uganda. Ryan was 7 years old at the time, but his story didn't end there. he continued to raise money for water projects. And in 2001, when he was 10, the Ryan's Well Foundation was born. And since then, Ryan's Well has helped to build more than 740 water projects, almost 1,000 communal toilets, providing safe water and sanitation to more than 800,000 people. Ryan is just in his 20s and finishing university, his last year this year. There's nothing stopping any single one of you guys from doing something like that. All it takes is a passion for something, a decision to do something about it, and one small step, and then you stick at it. I know that you care about the world because we just saw some really powerful examples of that with your JA projects. We know that you're really good communicators, that you've all faced challenges and you've refused to give up when things get tough. And you're optimistic people. This is what it takes to make a difference. There's no magic, there's no luck, there's no genius, there's no lofty intellect. You already have everything that it takes. In 2000, one of my favourite bands, U2, released a song called Walk On. It was written for and dedicated to Aung San Suu Kyi, who for several decades has fought for freedom and independence in her home country of Burma. The second verse in the song starts with these words: "You're packing a suitcase for a place none of us has been, a place that has to be believed to be seen." Every time I hear that song, I think about you guys and I think about all the students I've worked with in my career. It reminds me that together we are packing your suitcases. This morning, Mr. Sargent called them imaginary backpacks. I like that. We're helping you to prepare for an uncertain future that none of us has seen. I think about whether we've helped you to pack the right things. Things you need not just to get by in the places you'll go, but to lead and make a difference, to achieve your goals and your potential. I do believe that the values and the behaviours that we've worked hard to help you develop are the right things to be packing in your bags. Not just the academic skills, but communication skills, the ability to be resourceful and collaborate, empathy and compassion, of course. I love that the song turns this phrase on its head, that seeing is believing, instead arguing that believing is seeing. It's a powerful turn of phrase because it says that we can envision and determine what the future looks like. Where our journey leads, and where your journey leads, is up to you and it's up to us. I hope that you really embrace this idea that the future is in your hands, individually and collectively, and that you're leaving middle school with the confidence, values and skills to make it a reality. There's one last character trait that I want to talk about, and it's something that we all need to practice more often. I was reminded about it tonight, listening to you talk, and also when I visited the Grade 5 exhibition recently. Many of you were there also. And it's one of the behaviours that promotes well-being, and it is being grateful. It's easy to lose perspective and sometimes pay more attention to what we don't have, the things we don't need but really want, and to dwell on our perception that sometimes life just isn't there. The problem is when we give into this kind of negative thinking, we ignore the many things that we've been blessed with. Don't lose sight of the fact that unlike most young people living on our planet today, your basic needs are abundantly met, you have a very high standard of living, you have endless opportunities for reaching your potential and achieving your dreams, and you are tonight surrounded by people that care deeply for you and are committed to your success. Also be grateful for the lesser things, like fresh air, your talents, your senses, and all the daily experiences that make life rich. Don't take any of these things for granted. It was really wonderful to hear you talking tonight about thanking your parents and thanking your teachers. I'm proud of you for that. I also want to thank you parents for your support. We need each other to do what we do the best we can, so thank you for supporting us. And I also want to acknowledge the teachers, the people that, as the students said much more eloquently than I could, have been dedicated and caring mentors and educators. Finally, this class has a special meaning for me personally. If you started here back in grade 6 in August 2010, you started in middle school at the same time I did. I remember talking to you on that first day of school, saying to you it was okay to be nervous, because I was really nervous too. Like some of you, I was trying hard to look like I knew what I was doing and what was going on, when the truth was that I knew much less than most people that were around me, except maybe with you guys in the same situation as I was. So I shared that experience with you, and I think we grew in confidence together, getting to know our peers, learning the ropes, and experiencing all the fantastic things that our school has to offer and had to offer. You've left me with really happy memories over the last 3 years, and I'm grateful for that. On behalf of the staff at the Kilkburg Middle School, I want to congratulate you all for what you've achieved, for all you've given to school and to each other, for not giving up, for being compassionate young people, for your smiles, for freely giving your time to different projects, for being excellent ambassadors for your school, for being good friends to one another, for being who you are. We wish you every success in high school, whether it's here or whether it's somewhere else. Please know that we will remember you fondly and with pride. We're very proud of you. Thank you very much.